The world is changing, and as it changes, evolves, and expands, so many of us are actually taking the same route, but sometimes we actually don't know that's happening to our lives. So today, in this beautiful episode, where I'm actually welcoming you with your cup of coffee, with your friends, share with friends, invite friends, let them watch. We are here together with Jackie, with Noreen, and with Val. The beautiful ladies in the house. Apparently, it's a ladies' takeover. So we have filled the house, and what we want to talk about, and the question that we want to be able to throw towards you, to be able to give us some of the things that you think about in the comment section, is how do you think, or how do you feel like you have really changed ever since the introduction of social media? I know I have changed. I know so many people have changed. How you get your news has changed. How you interact and keep relationships has changed, and how you reveal or show up and what you reveal has changed. So you realize that who you influence has also changed. How you start and maintain a business has changed. So a lot of things have changed. But my main concern, ladies, in this episode is it has changed who we are and how we show up.
Exactly.
The authenticity has been slowly by slowly eroded. That you showing up as an authentic self, sometimes you'll have people laugh at you, or you'll have people saying you even don't know what you're doing. True. Because then you must put your best foot forward. And sometimes it's not even the best foot forward, but you must lie in order to maintain yourself on social media.
True.
Buy clothes so that you will look smart. Have the latest lipstick. Even when you have hundreds of them, you have to buy the next shade in order to appear like you are going with the trend. So where is this leaving us? As ladies first, before the world, but where is that leaving us, and how do we feel about that? Jackie.
Such an interesting topic, for sure.
When did you start? When did you jump onto the bandwagon of social media? Oh. I call it bandwagon.
Come to think about it, it's way back in secondary school. Where
secondary school?
Yes.
You guys had phones. You were cool like that.
Yeah, we are cool like that. But it was a norm. It was a cool thing.
Everyone was on
social media, and by that time it was Facebook. So you had to be on Facebook.
Wow, you have friends.
If you're not on Facebook, you're not anywhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you create a picture of, I want to connect to as many people as possible, those who know you and those who don't know you. Yeah, and that kind of made you feel like you are cool
and important.
You're important. You're seen. You can be yourself, what you want to be, or what you
can be
assume.
anything.
You can be a Rihanna. You can be a.
You can even change them. And back in secondary school, you clearly changed names.
Thank you.
What was your name?
Tyrus. Tyrus Celine.
Did you block your parents? Some people block their parents and cousins. Don't see what I am doing on social media.
I think by that time, my father was not on social media. My mother was a little bit there. But of course, you are in control. You allow who you...
They send a friend request to you, say ignore.
Ignore. Thank you. So you are building this world of, okay.
It's an imaginary world.
Thank you. At home they are controlling me, but this is my page. I control it. I am a free person. I can dress up without my parents knowing and take pictures and post them.
Yeah, skimpy ones.
Thank you.
I have seen so many of those.
I can show body.
I know. Even your best side. They even have a best side of some sorts. And
I have a deep, I have one deep.
On one side?
So you are creating a world for yourself.
It's more like a facade. You are creating a facade. It's not a prototype of, I have taken on a project. I am going to work on a project. Here I'm a different person, but here I am going to be a totally different person.
Exactly.
Who are you?
Mine. Me, I'm a church girl, so it wasn't. It was actually
church girl with church parents.
Church girl, church parents. You have to be at church all the time.
Okay.
So the only time,
even church school.
Actually, the only time I was allowed to have a phone was after senior 6.
Okay.
I remember I had a phone when I was in senior 3. from a boyfriend, and my parents were not aware. As soon as they found out, they took it away. And they told me, you're only allowed to have a phone after senior 6.
Okay.
I didn't even wait to have a phone. I told a friend of mine who was by then already working that, you know what, open for me a Facebook page.
In my name. Which names did you give them?
My real names.
Okay.
Because there were already people on social media that are
That knew you.
Yeah, that knew me. So I used Noreen, my real names.
Yes.
But the fact that there were people that I knew from church, it would restrict me from posting anything. You're worried, you want to post your nice thing, but you're worried what they are going to say, how they are going to judge you, like you're no longer a Molokole. So it kind of kept me, but now all the dirty drama would be in the inbox. That is where it would...
all the stalkers, all the messenger was a
boyfriends, and Facebook by then.
And older men.
Most relationships started and ended before even they started. Oh, talk about Indians.
Oh my God.
So that's how you jump onto the bandwagon. But you're still careful about the persona that you're creating. You're not really creating this normal person, the you that wakes up and you're yawning, the you that is going about the normal business. Of course. You want to tell them, this cool girl here.
I'm a church girl.
I'm a church girl, but a cool church girl.
Edited.
The edited version.
Of course, you cannot put out the other church girl that you really are. You edit it a bit.
To suit.
To suit.
You're fighting to fit in a certain...
The environment that is on Facebook by then. And actually, the environment of then is not the environment of now. Back then, at least, we had limitations. People considered their parents, their church, their neighbors. Someone knows me on Facebook.
We were like dogs that are on leashes. Like someone is holding your leash, you can only go as far as this. So even if you're in social media, because I remember even when I jumped onto the bandwagon of social media much later on, but still, because of your faith, you are leashed. Because of parents who are too careful, you are leashed. So clearly, there is nothing more you can do apart from chatting, but you can't meet them. You can't do anything. Yeah. But in this world where people even board buses and planes to go and meet stalkers or people that they've just seen on social media, the world has changed. Yes. How was that for you?
To me, it was something. I felt like being off Facebook, why it's a crime.
Indeed,
I had friends.
Can you just imagine, if you didn't have data, you had to borrow or you had to ask from someone.
Computer lab.
I had friends who are like, you have to get a page on Facebook. I was like, it was bandwagon. So everyone was like, having a Facebook page is a must. Like way back in high school, we could post that rubbish. Like you put your
you used to sneak in those things into school. Yeah, you put like a breast is here, it's one-sided kagundi, ka strap. They used to be strap. It's like you're putting on clearly a kabra.
Back show was the trend.
Sorry?
Back show.
Yes. People of these days have not seen fashion, my friend.
Yeah. Like we could go in dormitories and take those pics. But when you're hiding your face, you'll be like, what if my mom sees this?
With Eldena and powder and
by then it
lip
was
gloss.
It was fair and lovely.
And
then you could smell that cream and be like, I think I'm hot enough.
To
be seen. You post your pics there, and the bad thing, we were taking the pics from the dormitories. Like, I think viewers were like, how about that? No, like, how about the beds? The decas. So they automatically knew that these are high students. Yeah.
And yet if someone asked you how old you were, you would actually tell them you're older than your age.
Yes,
what was wrong with girls that
I don't know. We wanted to grow up so fast, and now we don't want to grow up.
You wanted to be seen like you fit
you're
in.
An adult.
You are invited to the tables of our, fitting in and doing the things, being in the age bracket of the people who are allowed to do those things that you are doing.
So right now we are on social media. Fast forward. we are on social media, a lot of things are trending.
Yeah.
Socialites are trending. Right now, influencers is the buzz.
Yes.
It is going everywhere. They have big mansions, they have, they put on new dresses every day, they put on so many things. And then we have those real, maybe socialites and influencers, and then we have the wannabe.
Yeah.
The many
You
ones.
get it.
The fake it till
the
you make
fake
it.
it till you
Yeah.
make it. But again, like they're taking long to make it. They're still in the pipeline. And those are so many. And some of us actually fall in that category. We don't come out rightly because there are those that have come out to show you, I'm in a nice apartment, I put on this kind of hair, or I put, these days we put on everything.
I know.
Someone said once that everything on a woman speaks.
What are these?
Lashes.
Yeah, so someone said that everything on a woman speaks. The hair speaks, the nails speak.
But you can't
The
get someone
eyes
dismantle
speak.
yourself.
So you have to enhance the hair, you enhance the nails, you
Everything.
The eyes.
And then the makeup people, they even made waterproof gundi. So you take someone to a swimming pool thinking you're
she
going to
comes
see
out
their
with
real
her
face.
Thank
makeup.
you.
My friend, they have waterproof makeup.
I know.
So they can't get us.
Exactly.
Not in this world. But now, I've seen so many girls struggle. So many, not just girls, but even women, young women. And not just young women. Now we also have wannabe older
Mothers.
women that are going back in time, putting on skimpy, wanting to prove a point. Like clearly you can see someone is fighting tooth and nail to drive a point, to tell you I am okay. Can't we just live normal lives and be okay, like in a normal way?
It's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah, I think it's really hard. And the generation we are in is already distorted. So many things are opposite. Yeah. Our identities have been compromised. We do not even understand who we are
Anymore. Yeah.
So it's just a world of, okay, I have seen so and so on social media doing this,
Can I be
and
like them?
this is what I want. Because now the content creators, the socialites, they're not going to put out the life of misery.
The reality.
They're not going to give you the moments when they're down.
Yeah.
You can find a couple, they have just had a misunderstanding, but they have to
pose in front of a camera.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but to a viewer, a young person who is out there, who is watching them, who is following them, they're going to be inspired with the lie, to want to live this life. Yet it is a fake identity.
Some of them even create arguments, and so that people can say, "Oh, thank you for being vulnerable on social media."
Exactly.
Kumbe they are fake
Yeah.
so that they
Yes.
can make up afterwards, and
Yes.
everyone is like, "You are the real, you are really real." Thank you for putting your real life
Yeah,
out
so-
there.
Most of it.
I think
No,
it's,
I think that they want to take people's attention.
Of course, that attracts likes.
Yes.
So people are looking for every angle.
Even husbands and wives now, but wait, social media.
No, they want to show the world that I have a picture perfect. I have the perfect family. I have the perfect kid. She has nice eyes. He has nice eyes. I am loved by the best. You are looking for validation.
Yeah.
You are looking for.
It takes me back to the identity bit, identity
Yes,
crisis.
yes, it's
because
an
then
identity
we are
crisis.
holding on to things that are outside of us
Exactly.
to gain the identity. So you're like, okay, if people are following me and there are many, then I am someone. If then I am liked by everyone or I have business going, then I'm someone. So that means we are losing the real gist and the core of who we are.
Yeah, because it's stressing. Living your real life is so stressing. Trust me. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes.
That's why people try to face
But
the
try
kind of
living
life
a fake life, my friend.
That
is stressing as well.
It's more stressing in the long run.
But if you come to look at it,
the life
The
without
fake
reality,
life
the fake
is
life,
more
yeah.
stressing in the long run. Then
But the short run,
in the short run,
it gives
it
you a
is
feeling.
satisfying.
So it is Like to be liked,
Yeah,
to be followed.
to be liked, to
Yeah.
be followed, to think you're doing well in life. When you meet people you went to school with, people you go to church with, for them to know that you're doing well, your marriage is okay, things are not falling apart, and there is no way you're going to tell them one-on-one. You just have to put it out there on social media.
So there are those who are on social media, they are working and they're corporate and they're nice, but in their real lives they don't have jobs.
Yeah.
Very many of them.
Guys, they just dress up to show off that okay.
And then they're like, this is how I dress today.
I think we are looking for happiness. We mostly, in this generation, we look more at being happy, having that happiness, rather than the joy.
Because the joy is inside.
Joy is
It's not
it's
basing
inside.
on outside,
It's not,
external
there is
validation.
nothing external that can fulfill who you are. But like, there is nothing. If you understand deeply what joy is, you would not forsake joy to get happiness.
The momentary happiness,
Exactly.
the temporary happiness.
Because it is happiness just gives you that feeling of the
this is
feeling.
it.
But the moment it's short-lived, and the moment it expires, you will hop onto
Because then
the
it's
next
like an
thing
adrenaline shot.
Thank you. You'll look up
For the next
for
one.
the next shot.
And we say that our needs are recurring. So when you build a house, then you're thinking, after building it, then you're like, this is a small
It's
one.
not the one that I wanted.
I need a
one.
bigger.
When you buy a car, where you should have contented and, congratulating yourself, you're like, no, this is small. I'm reaching out for the bigger one.
Yeah, I feel like you could actually feel content and happy about your achievements, but then comparison comes in. You have just gotten your Toyota Vitz. Now you go on social media
And you see around
your
you.
classmate, the girl who was even less beautiful, then the girl who was not as dope as you
Actually
were.
coming from a poor family then.
Not even as wise.
Not even as wise. You even have a first class. You know you are the
You're stuck
hot
with your
one,
Vitz.
hot. You on Vitz?
No,
The girl-
Vitz.
Vitz hiyo. Then
Kanyongeza.
but now you're you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, now Snapchat.
Yeah.
You're on Snapchat, you're seeing this.
The babes are
Nga
packing.
man them left you long time ago.
Eh.
That she's packing a Benz.
Ngana akagulu akaisiza mbwa ati
My
mukati
dear,
eti.
that
Ariel.
soft life
Ate yali
ambassador.
omuduga afuse mwe.
Soft life ambassador. So now in there you start comparing yourself. You're like, oh my God, time is running out.
So you become unappreciative of what you
Of
have.
what you have.
Already, you cannot even post it
Exactly.
anywhere. You don't even want anyone to see you.
So
Sometimes you are, but it's hard to face it. Like, you're really satisfied with what God has given you, but it's so hard to put it out there for the people that you know are going to judge you. Like,
But again,
where
who
were
told
you?
you have to put it out there?
Because
we are living in a
we are
competitive
living in a world that is so
So
competitive.
I'll be like, she's driving a nice car. I'll be like, how about my cavities? No, I won't post it. At least let me borrow it from a friend and I post it
And I
somewhere.
post,
And be like, I check picture.
I know people who the day they go somewhere like nice, they'll take multiple pictures.
You know?
Multiple pictures.
Different clothes.
Different clothes.
Wait, they pack clothes.
Different
I'll
angles.
tell
They
you.
go and do a photo shoot.
To convince the
Different
public that
clothes.
you're doing well.
And then post on different days. Today I'm going to post when I'm showing the swimming pool.
Checho.
But I am home. I'm even hungry. I'm kakomando.
Not even a dime,
Ngayon kakomando.
Napozinga ko ngali ku ngachilinze.
Now I post on my status. I post on Instagram when I'm chilling. You know this heat? When I'm on vibes.
Problem
chilling.
is you people don't know these things. People are creating content.
Yeah.
But even if it's not content, you know, like literally all of us have those pics you took some time back and they're in your gallery. So maybe like you're there thinking, then you post it. People are going to ask, oh, where were you? You just follow that.
No, but this one intentionally
This is
went
intentional.
out, thinking
Intentional.
that, you know what, I might not get the money to come back here.
Again.
So maybe me eat my kamande, but get everything that I need to sustain me for a full month.
Full month.
Thank you.
So you see someone and you're thinking, hey, this person is in Dubai.
She's ever going out. She's going abroad for
And even now, the captions. Yeah. The captions, you can think you are the poorest guy in the world. So what's the worst thing, the saddest thing you have seen, especially friends or anyone that you really think is really struggling to get it, together, and they really want to be understood or seen as a different version of themselves, and yet in reality, of a different kind of person.
You know what your mom is struggling with, you know what your dad is struggling with, but when you're out there, you're living a totally different life, a life you can't afford. I know people who are doing businesses that they cannot sustain. They get loans to pay rent for those businesses, but because they're like, how can people see that I failed at this business? How can they think I failed at this boutique? How can they think I failed at this?
So they borrow.
You
to keep
borrow
open
from
so that they
circles,
don't do
whichever,
business.
to pay the rent, meaning the business can sustain itself, but you want it to keep going. So you end up in loans, you end up in debts, you're chased out of the house, your parents can't even help you. You're the one supposed to help them, but you can't even help them because you're trying to see that you survive. And yet the people you're pleasing, they don't even care about you at all. So you end up in depression and stress.
I think when she was speaking, and I feel like it's all pride. The pride of...
That goes before the fall.
That goes before the fall. You clearly know you need help. But
do they?
No, you need help.
Do they know?
In actual sense,
you've
been needing help, but you fear to express yourself.
You cannot be vulnerable. You can't show anyone that you need help. You want to keep up the picture. You don't even...
the financial help.
You don't need the right kind of help.
Not the emotional help.
The emotional help.
The financial
help.
The
financial help. So you're like, I can't tell you my problems, but I will do anything that it takes for me to get the money.
Thank you. Like that pride of, okay, this is not working. I shouldn't be living like this. I think at least you have one or two people you see who are honest and doing it the right way. They are working.
It's tough.
And the social media slay queens or the wannabes, they don't want to work. So they want to dress up, eat, go out and everything, but they don't want to work.
Some have people that are younger than me. Slay queen, what does it mean?
Slay queen.
Like you live a slaying life. That's all you can.
Soft life ambassador.
That one. Actually, everyone is just flowing to you.
And the kind of life you're living,
where do these
being
things
given all the
come
time, you'll be like, help me buy data, help me do this.
From the men,
okay,
from the lies you're making to... Actually, there are people who lie that I'm trying to create this business. If you could borrow me this much, I would pay you back after this time. Out of the trust. Yes.
A wig, yeah.
Of 3 million.
Yes.
And then?
They take pics.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
To show off.
So next time they lie about something else.
Yes.
So that means they like have a double personality. Of there's a real them and then there's them that they have created that lies easily without even...
At some point that you even forget the real you.
Yeah. They don't even understand who they... Like that's
they
what
can't
I
differentiate.
said about identity. They don't know who they are. The world has defined them. And this is how they know how to live life. Appear on social media, show some flesh. A man is going to come in your inbox. Like, can we meet up for
so
coffee?
their DMs are the hooking up places.
Thank you. So you hook
Some
up.
don't even go to
Like
DMs.
it's a net, and then that means
some don't even go to they you just have to locate yourself in the right place at the right time.
Wow. Okay.
As
Like you just go and chill somewhere.
I've
been told of some hotels
as long as
around
you can
town.
You
buy-
go buy a drink.
Even if it's a water.
It's fine.
You chill
Someone will show up.
and wait for sponsors and blessers.
You know?
And most of those sponsors also are as fake as you.
Eh?
What they have
actually.
is just for a short time, just to please you, to get into your
Because
pants,
they
and
know
that's-
that easy come, easy.
Easy come,
So you're
easy
there
go.
to get and then you
they know
after
you've
that
just
you go to-
specifically come to target them. So they also come to target you.
Are these things happening to men?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Select kings.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
There are
not
many
heard of
nowadays,
select
actually.
kings?
Okay, are they like
Actually,
they are fewer than the ladies?
Of course, but
At the rate at which they are growing, I think
they
together
might overtake.
quadro.
and men actually nowadays they no
So
longer
slay
want to
dudes
work.
and slay queen kings, what do they do?
Another thing.
They also quite
all they want to do is like dressing up nicely.
Go to the gym. Don't forget the gym. If
What
you want to be a
about
good slay
Six
king.
pack.
You know, like we want so much 6 packs. So when our sugar mommy shows up with some cash,
So their target is sugar mommy.
yeah,
All
of
the
course.
You go
Those
to
ones who have
Buziga.
money.
Buziga.
They want
That is that.
Nice rides, but they don't work.
Yeah.
They wake up to go to the gym, make a
to
good,
make those six
nice
packs.
body.
For what?
Six-pack.
For show off.
Yeah, of
Show
course
off.
we
Of
women
course
need
they
to
have
have
to
those guys
post
with
now.
6 packs.
Exactly.
6 packs is their capital.
Okay.
Their body.
It's their-
body.
Actually,
No,
when
I takes
looking
it away.
nice,
Yeah.
looking nice also. You'll be like, wow, I need to have him.
Okay.
And then if you can afford him, if you
But when fake is fake, don't they identify themselves?
No.
Actually, some fake land on the real ones. Like you're there quite a gathering, then you land on the right guy.
Okay.
But still, you because actually some lose out even when they land on the right guy.
Yeah, because they are
they
used to
cannot
real.
handle being real. They just want to continue with a fake life. You leave a right guy because you just want him for 1 to 3 nights for whatever problem you want to solve. Then you catch the next guy.
Oh, goodness.
you're the next flight.
Okay, I just feel like my body now has a bit of goosebumps with the slay kings but this is the world that we live in, and I think it's costing a lot more because do you think that at any point these people redeem themselves, like they catch themselves in the lie and they're like, let's take steps back, or situations force them actually?
Mostly situations. You reach at that point, you're like, okay, like what I was saying about the loans and all that. You reach at some point and you're like, okay, I can't do this anymore.
But there's no one else to lie.
You
can't
cannot
lie
sustain that kind
anyone.
of life you put yourself at.
It becomes so
So it'd be
hard.
like-
So that is when you're
So
like,
what do you
okay.
think? You do? You get depressed.
Depression,
Obviously.
Of course.
anxiety, you become, you get even addictions. You now start getting other things to fill
cover
that-
up.
To cover up.
Yes.
So that's when you find someone now getting into drinking, getting into drugs.
So they can forget their problems.
Yeah, so that they can, and people who drink, people who smoke, people who do these things that eventually destroy their lives, they can freely do the same to others. They can buy for you alcohol, but they're not going to give you cash. So they already have
So
the
like, I
social
don't want to go
capital.
down alone.
They have the social capital. This person has the social capital of the people they have met.
I get it. Yeah. When they go out, they can buy you drinks.
Thank you. So they don't have to worry about drinking, and
They can give you a puff.
that temporary feeling of I
You're
am
in
on
the
heights.
clique and you're
exactly.
yeah,
It takes them. Some unfortunately never realize and never.
Wow, it's a hard
Yeah.
journey, especially this conversation. I know that it's an eye opener, but again causing a lot of pain, especially to parents that know that we have these young children out there, and if they also don't know their identity or they are not strongly rooted, then anything can actually happen to them. So while we go through the reflection and evaluation, what is exactly happening in your life, I know some of you are already annoyed us, but it's okay, we will be fine. But just get a cup of coffee and water, come back, let's have this conversation.